Let's hear what Adam Kinzinger's got to say, because he's been going in all day. I mean, you saw him. Wait a second. Why is it disloyal to side with Russia? Tucker Carlson. Just a reminder. And then he goes on to talk about the biolabs. Let's hear this shit.
Theories are nothing but complete evil. I got an invitation to do Tucker Carlson's show tonight, and there's no way I'll go on his show for a number of reasons. But first, let me state that his insistence that the West was provoking war with Putin, his spreading lies about biolabs, and his continued spewing of conspiracy theories are nothing but complete evil. His show is full of Russian propaganda and not news. And I will not validate his show by making an appearance. I do not want to be associated with it in any way. And we all know what would happen. We all know what the goal is. We know the interview would be promoted to get more viewers, to make more money, to further empower his garbage. And let's talk tactics. When Tucker interviews someone in a hostile way, he interrupts and laughs when he's been caught in a lie. And after the segment's over, he brings on another guest to try to discredit any statement made by the prior guest without counter. He's not interested in conversations. He's only interested in himself. And at the end of the day, he'll continue to use his platform to deceive his all too trusting viewers and to further his own sense of power. The situation in Ukraine is serious and the outlook is dire. And this moment requires serious conversation and decisive action, not a self-serving showboat clamoring for more clicks tonight.
You know, I like me and Adam Kinzinger probably don't agree on much of anything, but I'll give him this. He's been one of the only ones that's been very honest about where the Republican Party is at right now. Their obsession with Trump, you know, what the problems are with that, and being willing to actually root out some of the fucking issues and try to fix some shit. So, do I agree with him on much of anything? No. But at least he's acting in good faith, you know, which is more than I can say for a lot of these motherfuckers.
So rather than validate his propaganda programming, I'm going to use my effort to support the Ukrainian people. So if you're interested in joining me, please consider donating to the Stand With Ukraine Fund. It's at countryfirst.com, country1st.com. And 100% of the money raised will go to humanitarian aid for those still in Ukraine and for those who've become refugees. Tucker has made it clear he stands with Putin and his war against freedom. I stand with Ukraine, democracy, and the men and women willing to fight and die for their country. Finally, Sophia and I want to offer our prayers for Benjamin Hall, a Fox News reporter injured in Ukraine. The job they do is dangerous and appreciated. This makes Tucker's position all the more disgusting.
Damn it. He goes fucking hard on Tucker, man. And I mean, this goes back a little ways. They've been getting into it, I think, throughout most of the week. Look, he even went in on Tulsi Gabbard. Fuck Tulsi. Yeah, let's see what this one's all about. Russia's state TV showcases clips of Tucker Carlson and Tulsi Gabbard helping to perpetuate the myth of dangerous bioweapons in Ukraine. The conspiracy theory is being spread by Russia's state TV with special zeal. You saw it, guys. Like, look at the channel. This is state TV. They're using, like, I mean, they essentially just put their fucking chyrons over Fox News' shit. That's all they did. It's fucking Fox News in Russia. Actual Russian propaganda, traitorous. Russia also said the Luger Center in Georgia was making zombies. Tulsi should go to Russia. Let's see what Tulsi had to say so we can laugh about it, huh?
All throughout Europe, the United States, and here are the undeniable facts. There are 25 to 30 U.S.-funded biolabs in Ukraine. According to the U.S. government, these biolabs are conducting research on dangerous pathogens. Ukraine is in an active war zone with widespread bombing, artillery, and shelling, and these facilities, even in the best of circumstances, could easily be compromised and release these deadly pathogens. Now, like COVID, These pathogens know no borders. If they are inadvertently or purposely breached or compromised, they will quickly spread all throughout Europe, the United States, and the rest of the world, causing untold suffering and death. So in order to protect the American people, the people of Europe, the people around the world, these labs need to be shut down immediately. And the pathogens...
She sounds, her cadence and everything is reminding me more and fucking more of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Like, she talks like Marjorie Taylor Greene now. Like, she's gotten worse. What's up, JJ, for now? How you doing tonight, mate?
that they hold need to be destroyed. Instead of trying to cover this up, the Biden-Harris administration needs to work with Russia, Ukraine, NATO, the UN to immediately implement a ceasefire for all military action in the vicinity of these labs until they're secured and these pathogens are destroyed. Now, in addition to all this, the U.S. funds around 300 biolabs around the world who are engaging in dangerous research, including gain of function, similar to the lab in Wuhan, where COVID-19 may have originated.
Except they just recently did more studies and have determined unequivocally that it started in the marketplace. Yes, the marketplace was near the Wuhan facility, but it did not start in the Wuhan fucking facility. For fuck's sake. All she has to do is do a little bit of research. She's a fucking congresswoman. She's got access to all this information.
From. Now, after realizing how dangerous and vulnerable these labs are, they should have all been shut down 2 years ago, but they haven't. Now, this is not a partisan political issue. The administration and Congress need to act now for the health and well-being of every American and every person on this planet.
Yeah, gain of function research is important. You're right, JJ. It absolutely is fucking important. But yeah, it's actual Russian. He says it's actual Russian propaganda. Traitorous. Russia also said the Lugar Center in Georgia was making zombies. Tulsi should go to Russia. Like I said earlier, like I said before. I spent the last week figuring how the American far right became obsessed with Ukrainian biolabs. I learned two things. The right really is warming back up to Putin. Number one. Number two, the origins of this specific conspiracy theory are dumber than you'd ever imagine. U.S. biolabs in Ukraine. Exclusive U.S. biolabs in Ukraine, and they are financed at the expense of the U.S. Department of Defense. The laboratories are located in Odessa, Vinnytsia, Ozgorod, Lviv, Kyiv, Kherson, Ternopil, and near Crimea and Luhansk, two other possible locations. So they're basing it off of this map. First off, Russia has always claimed its adversaries were the ones using biological weapons when they were about to use them. But they didn't use it to justify the Ukraine invasion until last week. Putin gave an ambling speech before the invasion. Never mentioned biolabs. Not once. Sure as fuck didn't. Biolabs weren't a talking point until Russia's first line of propaganda about Zelensky being a Nazi failed spectacularly. Here's a striking chart from the data company Pyra, tracking biolabs on 15 influential far-right social networks. Holy shit. Number of posts relevant to biolabs. Jesus. That jump, the day of the invasion. Let's see. February 22nd. So what made the biolabs conspiracy theory take off on the day of the invasion? It was a Twitter thread from a now banned account called War Clandestine. The account was previously a QAnon account that had been evading bans with new names. Here's the original. Holy shit, I think I may be onto something about Ukraine. Zelensky said the Russians are firing at military installations. How broad is that term? I am seeing speculation that could include U.S.-installed biolabs. At first I was like, no way. Then I started digging. This is how this stupid shit always fucking starts. War Clandestine's Biolabs thread spread like wildfire across the right on Rumble and the QAnon forum, The Great Awakening. It got a massive push by the Donald, now called Patriots.win. You might remember the Donald because its users posted literal battle plans before January 6th. Yes, these morons. But let's dive deeper into where War Clandestine got his insider information about the Ukrainian biolabs. Where did he get the map of Ukrainian biolabs for his viral tweet? From an anti-vax Gab user 8 days prior. It had 3 comments. It just wasn't part of the talking points yet. Once War Clandestine's post took off among right-wing influencers, it was everywhere on the English-language far right. Pro-Trump and Q forums had been uneasy rooting against Putin. The biolabs allowed them to refocus on their major enemies, the Bidens and Anthony Fauci. Here you can see one of their ridiculous fucking posts. By Tuesday, China's Foreign Affairs Ministry started pushing the conspiracy theory de facto aligning with Russia. On Wednesday, Tucker Carlson led his show claiming the Biden administration was funding secret biolabs in Ukraine. Let me ask you guys something. This is maybe this is rocket science shit to some people, but how do you stand up an entire fucking biolab in less than a year of being in office? On Wednesday, Tucker Carlson led his show claiming the Biden administration was funding secret biolabs in Ukraine. After failing for 2 full weeks, Russian propaganda finally had its line that resonated with the global far right. The reason they invaded is now the biolabs, despite not mentioning that before invading. Here's a jarring chart from Signal Labs. The bioweapons were an English-language green conspiracy theory until last week. Now most posts about it are in Russian. Russia finally found a post-text, for the Ukraine war, a gift from the American far right.